Hey, I'm Krista Wax. You're listening to MSP Sound on KFAI. And I'm so excited to have Katy Tessman here with me. Hi,
Hi, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. I'm good. Happy October.
Happy October. I can't believe we're here.
Yeah, the weather didn't, I mean, the leaves are starting to change, but the temperatures are still very summery. It's pretty nice.
I know. Have not been too upset about the weather. It's been lovely to be in this lovely state of sunshine and warmth still. I'll take it. I'll take it.
Yeah. Yeah, it will ebb and flow. It is Minnesota, so.
Absolutely. I know we got to take it where we can because we know where we're going.
Yes, I was thinking about taking this interview outside, but it was a little too windy and
Oh,
yeah. But I'm really happy to be talking to you today.
me too. I'm so excited you're here. Congratulations. You have a new album, Fly, coming out. Let's talk about it.
Yes, yes, it's very exciting. Um, you might remember that I've had a recent resurgence of creativity. Um, when it back in the late 90s, early 2000s, I was a performing singer-songwriter for about a decade, and I participated in a variety of showcases, and I did two albums, and then I became a mom. And the songwriting urge stopped. I had lots of inspiration around me, being Lewis and Max's mom, but my focus was different. So being a songwriter kind of slipped away from my identity, and I became a mom, and then a survivor, and then I became an author. And the pandemic um, was difficult for all of us. In my home, music started happening again. My younger son started producing music, and then my older son, he started playing my guitar, and then I started writing songs again. And here I am, 20 years after my first album. I have a new album to share, and I'm so excited.
That's so exciting. And now, I mean, like the first album came out, or the more recent one, and now we have, yes, we have this one, and I mean, this is probably, I mean, was this more of a pandemic? I mean, I don't know what point at the pandemic we're really at, but you kind of had that one in, and now it's just like creativity is flowing through you. That's
Thank you. Yeah, in 2001, I is it, yeah. Oh, time is weird. Yeah, I think it was Mother's Day of 2001. My song "Piece by Piece," the best news of all, a lullaby I wrote for my boys in recognition of being a decade-long breast cancer survivor. That was released, and since then I've released a handful of singles. None of them are really pandemic related, other than it's the human condition. Um, Last February of 2023, I released Hero Now Crowned and the accompanying lyric picture book. And since then, I have been working with Michael Koppelman, and we have looked at the songs I've written over the past 2.5 years. And we put together a collection of 9 songs and put it on this album and called Fly.
wonderful. That's so exciting.
Yeah, thank you. Um, I'm I picked up the CDs from Copycats in Plymouth just earlier this week. I'm so excited. It was so fun. I still have a car that has a CD player, so I love buying CDs from local songwriters and supporting them that way, and then streaming, of course. But I've ordered some other merchandise, some T-shirts and book bags. So it's going to be really fun to be able to share things like that, like pieces of the T-shirts um, are going to have lyrics from the debut single that was released a couple weeks ago. The song is called Vines, and it's the first song off my album.
That's exciting. I love some merch and I love a book bag. That's that's good stuff, Katy.
Thank you. Thank you. I'm an author. So my children's books will be able to go in the bag. Hero Now Crowned. And then my first book is called Our Mama is a Beautiful Garden. And it's our family's story dealing with breast cancer.
That's right. As it is, October is Breast Cancer Awareness Month as well. So that's right. You have, like last October, you had a big event as well.
Yes, I did. Last October, I did a fundraiser for the Angel Foundation, who is such a beautiful local organization that gives gifts of money uh, to help people fighting all kinds of cancer. And I reached my goal, my fundraising goal, and I'm super proud of that. And October is also my birthday month. And what's really tricky about being a breast cancer survivor, October is a heavy load because everything's pink. So on top of that, I have my birthday, and I don't know, birthdays can feel weird as you get older. But for me, it was my 40th birthday that was my double mastectomy. So October has a lot of scary feelings with the diagnoses and the scheduling of my surgery and not knowing what it was going to be like. And I was also a mom of two little boys. They were 6 and 3 at the time. And so my world was totally upside down, as we could all imagine, being dealt this card, this, oh, you get the cancer card. I don't want the cancer card. But the type of person that I am, for every year that I celebrated my birthday and my cancerversary, 3 years after my uh, my first surgery, and then after going through the chemotherapy, after 3 years, my oncologist told me that I'm cancer free and that I'm in the clear. And that is really something that I am so grateful for. And so every October, I try to do something special to celebrate. And whether it is a fundraising event or releasing an album or having a special book reading for a church or an organization that could use my positive outlook on life. I like sharing my story with people. And later on in October, October 22nd, there is a 10-year anniversary of the Breast Cancer Superhero Portrait Project. And everybody is welcome to come to that on the 22nd of October. But first, I would like people to know that they are invited to come to my album release party on October 14th at the Aster Cafe.
That's exciting. That's
Yeah.
what a beautiful space to share. Just congratulations on the album again, and just how fun to celebrate in that room. It's so beautiful and the sound is amazing. And
Yeah. My whole band will be joining me. My son, Louis Tessman Stanek, is my guitar player, and he plays all over my album. And then Tom Lear, my bass player from way back when I started my music career, he is in my band. And then Kelly Lima is my drummer. I know Kelly back from Cooper High School years. And they all sing. So Katy Tessman and the Turnbuckles, we love doing the gang vocals on the catchy songs. And then Nikki Lemire will be doing an opening set. She plays harp, and she's a gorgeous singer-songwriter. You might be familiar with her name from the Foxglove and the Josh Cleveland Band. but she plays all over my album too. Her harp and her gorgeous harmonies. And so she'll be sitting in for our performance at the Aster after she does her opening set. Then we will play. And then closing out the night will be Michael Koppelman's band, Rain Tribe. And Michael Koppelman is my producer of the album. And he's got a rich history of producing music. He and I are kind of alike that we give everything we've got toward one thing for about 10 years, and then we move on. And Michael Koppelman worked with Prince at Paisley Park.
Oh,
He's done a variety of other things. Um, he opened up Badger Hill Brewery, and he created tasty brews for 10 years. But now his circle of career is kind of coming back to producing music again. And I am a lucky singer-songwriter to be working with Michael.
that's incredible. You have a great circle around you of musicians and supports and everything. How fun.
Yes, yes. It was really fun working with my core group of musicians from my band on the arrangements of the recordings. But there were a couple of songs where we knew we needed something extra special. Um, and the debut single, Vines, that features Jillian Ray on violin, and then she did viola and cello. She did a whole strings arrangement on the song, really making it pretty special.
Wow, that's incredible. How fun. What a fun album. Like I'm
Yes,
that will I you just got me. I'm like, wow, I'm just processing everything
it
that
has nine, yeah,
a
it has
lot.
nine songs.
Okay.
Nine songs. One is a co-write with Michael called Broken Part, and we wrote it part of the Facebook singer-songwriter songwriting challenge group. The prompt word was slump, and we wrote Broken Part, and it was so fun, and it resonated with a lot of people, so we made sure it's included on the album. And then there's a track that is written by Tim Cheesebro, and I am of the mind where we as Minnesotans should lift up each other and cover each other's songs. The International Treasures, Ted Heineshevitz and Doyle Turner, they just recorded a song written by Matthew French and put it on their album that was just released last month. And so this song by Tim Cheesebro is called Not Too Broken. It doesn't have to do with the Broken Part song, but it does have to do with the human experience. And every one of these songs addresses what it's like to be human and love and the loss of love and dealing with grief. The last song on the album is called Tulips and Daffodils. And it's a stripped down duo between with me and my son Louis playing guitar. And the acoustic guitar is tuned in a special tuning that Nick Drake put together. You may be familiar with Nick Drake and Pink Moon.
Yeah.
He a brilliant songwriter who died way too early. But I wrote the song very late at night last summer of 22, and the prompt word was implore. And I picked up the guitar. We have a bunch of guitars at our house, and one is always tuned in the Nick Drake tuning. And I found a chord progression, and I very quickly wrote this song. And I was thinking about all of us who are left behind after someone who we love very dearly dies. Um, and that profound feeling of grief. And yet time still moves on. Now, when I was bald and barfing, fighting breast cancer, I got a bookmark from my aunt, and it had a little quote from a poet that said, "You can cut the flowers, but you can't stop spring from coming."
Mm.
And here I am, feeling a decade old as a survivor, and knowing that there are people that die from awful things that are just not fair. But spring always comes. And I wrote Tulips and Daffodils.
Wow.
And that's the last song on my album.
Mm. Katie, it's always a lot, big subjects. You have, there's so many. I mean, this is a compliment. It's coming out weird, so bear with me. But you have a way of just talking about these heavy subjects and thing and matters, and just like uh, tulips, and like making spring, and making it sound bearable, and a way of being able to deal with it in a better way than just loss and darkness and winter and cold, like all the things you. I'm not making a lot of sense, but
You're
I
getting over being sick.
yeah, I've been in a prednisone haze. Bear with me.
I get it. I totally get it. The prednisone haze. Oh,
Yeah,
yeah. So my goal with sharing my music is to remind people that we are alike in more ways than we realize. We all love, we all suffer from loss, and we all kick butt with the summits that we make. And I want us to feel like we're in this life together. And I want to laugh together, and I want to cry together. I want to feel things together. Um, and so that's my goal with my music.
I love it. And thank you. I do love that you're not shy about topics that you're going to sing about or talk about. I mean, I feel like we've just talked about many topics. I mean, breast cancer and surviving, and dealing with just grief and loss and everything in a very short amount of time. That's you okay. I don't, the words are not coming, but this is great compliments. I mean the
Yeah,
utmost. And I thank you for not being afraid or shying away from those topics. That's really incredible, because these are things we need. We need to lift each other up. We need each other during these times of everything that's happening.
absolutely, absolutely. Um, I was asked if I could compare the difference between my first album for 2001 called Fall to my 2023 album Fly. And I can't. I can't compare them because I feel like it was a totally different person who did each album. And everything that I have done in the past 20 years has led me to create this collection of songs, these chapters in a book of music. Um, that the Katy Tessman that I was when I was 30 years old is a different person. And I think we all were between the ages of 30 and the ages of 50. We're all different people. And I, being a 50-year-old woman, I have much more confidence in talking about tough subjects. And that's why I wrote my book, Our Mama is a Beautiful Garden. And I wanted to let little children know what was going to happen and help those mamas and those grandparents and those dads and explain what's going to happen when mama or your teacher or your auntie gets breast cancer. And then my second book and song, Hero Now Crowned, I want people to feel like they can celebrate their summit in their life because there are no ups if there aren't any downs. So if life is always an up, It's hard to know. It's hard to realize that those ups are worth celebrating.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
What's so great about music is you can listen to a song and it will make you feel something. And then a year later, you listen to it again and you have a whole new idea of what the song is about, or or what it means to you personally. And I think that a few of my songs are going to be like that for some listeners. It's going to hit them in a different way than I intended, but that's what art is. You look at a painting by Georgia O'Keeffe when you're 30 years old and you're going to feel something. And when you're 50, you're going to see the same painting and you're going to feel something different.
Oh, very true.
Yeah,
Oh, Katy, congrats on the new album, Fly. It's everywhere October 14th, streaming, and you can grab the CD at your release show that same evening.
absolutely. Right now, you can pre-order it on my Bandcamp. Katy Tessman, I don't know, Bandcamp app, or whatever. You can look for me. I spell my name Katy with a Y, Katy Tessman. And you can go to my website to learn more about me and my books and my music. And then if you're not in the Twin Cities on October 14th, you may find me somewhere else throughout Minnesota. I'm touring. Um, I go up to Grand Rapids and Duluth. I'll be in Aiken. I know you have listeners all over the
Yeah.
state and actually all over the country. Um,
Yes.
I love KFAI radio. It's so supportive of people here in the Twin Cities and all over Minnesota. And I really appreciate the support. And thank you, Krista, for having me on your MSP Sound show.
Absolutely, Katy. Thank you for coming back on the show again. It's always a pleasure chatting with you. And I always feel like, I don't know, gosh, I still can't think of words. I'm like, I just feel like refreshing. That's it.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
whoosh.
I,
Okay.
I, I follow you on social media and I see you out and about at concerts. And I am always out and about at concerts. And so I love supporting each other. And I know that there will be a time that we'll be seeing each other at a show.
Yes.
It probably won't be mine, but that's not the point. The point is that we're out there and we're spreading the love, and so I hope that people will follow me on social media and they follow you and get inspired to support our local art scene.
Absolutely. It's an incredible community of people. You're
Mhm.
one of it, of course, and talking about all the people that have helped you with this album or were part of it. It's what makes me so happy about doing this show and about supporting the local scene. It's so important. So
It is. It really is important. Yes, and it's so cool to be know and be reminded that Prince was part of this local scene, and now I'm working with Prince's producer.
that's
Do you have time for a quick story?
yes.
So, as we are putting the songs together, Michael and I are deciding on the order of the songs because when you buy the album off Bandcamp, you get the package of the songs together, and if you get the CD, it has the tracking. So that's really important, just like chapters in a book, super important. How are you telling the story? And he says, one of the things that Prince taught me was the space between each track is really important. You have to be very thoughtful. And so when I picked up the CDs from Copycats Media, and as we were brainstorming and listening and proofing, it was so fun to hear the different lengths of space in between each song and knowing that Prince kind of had a little something to do with that. He shared his gift of knowledge to Michael, and Michael has passed it on to my project. Oh, it's so cool.
That's amazing.
Talk
That,
about somebody who left Earth too soon.
oh my goodness. Absolutely.
Yeah, yeah.
But
But we all live on in different ways.
absolutely. I love that story. Thank you for sharing that.
And Michael is the way he talks about things. He's very much, that was part of his life, his career, and it's like a normal piece of knowledge that he learned. Yeah, yeah. He's very humble.
Mm, lovely.
I
Oh,
loved working with him. I loved working with Michael Koppelman. Yes.
oh, that's awesome.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, congrats again. Album Fly everywhere, October 14th, an album release show at the Aster.
Yes.
Ooh,
Thank you. Thank you so much.
thanks, Katie. Great chatting with you.
Have a good day.
You too.